Hi guys, welcome to my beauty corner. Summer has officially started. So today I wanted to give you guys the best tips on how to keep your skin the best it's looking during the summer. So during the summer, I know a lot of people love hanging out at the pool, going to the beach. We have the UVB and the UVA rays that penetrate our skin in the summer, which ultimately cause aging, and in the worst case, it can lead to skin cancer. I went to Myrtle Beach last summer for a family trip, and we went to the beach quite a bit during that trip. But overall, even though we went to the beach a lot, I really made sure I took care of my skin first. And when I came back home, I wasn't burnt, I wasn't really peeling, and I really just kept my skin very protected during that vacation. So without further ado, let's get into my tips. So tip number 1, use spoons for skincare to make it last longer. So I have this mask here. This mask is from Innisfree. And when I bought it, it came with this little spoon here, this little plastic spoon. So once I finish this mask, it would be very good to save this and I can use it for other products as well. I love the brand Tatcha, of course, and they usually come with like these little like gold spoons as well that I like saving. And I also use those with other products. For example, here I have this product, this Pond's anti-wrinkle cream I like using on my neck at night. And I just use this little gold spoon from a Tatcha product that is gone now. And I just use it to scoop out the product. And usually with skincare, I found that you really don't need to overdo it, especially with moisturizers. So you could just use a little spoon to help you really measure out how much you want to use for either day or night. And it really just helps the product go a longer way. Tip number 2, find a favorite sunscreen that works for you. And when you're at the beach, reapply at an hourly rate rather than the 2-hour rate most sunscreen bottles say. So when I go to the beach, I've shown this product before in a Sephora haul if you want to check that out. This is the Glow Oil from Supergoop. I'm probably gonna have to get another because it's almost gone. I found that when I take this product to the beach and I evenly coat my body and I set a timer on my phone for about an hour, I noticed that the few days we went to the beach in a row, maybe like 2 or 3 days in a row, my skin did not become as irritated as my family members who maybe were not as diligent with their sunscreen, unfortunately, where maybe their shoulders got red and then it started peeling not long after that. So that did not happen to me at all. And this is SPF 50, which is a little higher. So I would reapply this every hour, and every time I went in the water and got out, I would reapply again as well. Many times with sunscreen, a lot of people do not like the very pasty white cast that usually mineral sunscreens may leave. Especially for my skin complexion, I may look very ghostly. So it's really hard for me to find a really good mineral sunscreen I like. So I think it's really important for you to find a sunscreen that you'll like. So then you will feel more that you want to keep applying, want to keep up your sunscreen when you're more exposed at places like the beach or you spend a lot of time outside. And trust me, the more you stay diligent with sunscreen, you will definitely see a difference in terms of the health of your skin. I want to mention that sunscreens usually say to apply every 2 hours because, especially in physical sunscreens as well, the filters tend to break down as it is exposed in the sun. So basically when you hit that 2-hour mark, the sunscreen has lost most of its effectiveness it had when you initially put it on your skin. Well, for me, I've noticed at reapplying at the hourly rate, it keeps that potency. That's the word of the sunscreen on your skin. Tip number 3, when you go to the beach, I recommend that you bring a moisturizer with you. And if you have a body butter with you, that's even better to bring. So again, I've talked about this one before, the Fenty Skin Butter Drop. It's one of my favorites, and it has this very thick consistency. They do have this in a travel size as well, which I really like. So I've noticed the longer I'm at the beach, staying in really direct and exposed sunlight, and when I go into the water, my skin tends to get really dry. So when you're done being at the beach, once you've kind of rinsed yourself off and all that from the sand, I love to just follow up and moisturize my skin. Years ago, when I went to the beach, when I would leave, I noticed my feet used to be super dry. And so I always felt then like, oh, I wish I brought a moisturizer with me. So now I always make sure I bring one because it's super helpful. Tip number 4, hats, glasses, or any other piece of clothing is highly recommended by me in the summer. My Ray-Bans are probably my favorite sunglasses I like bringing to the beach. And I don't really bring hats too much when I go to the beach. Usually I have an umbrella instead, but this is my favorite hat here. I got this at a metal concert, one of my favorite bands, Avatar. This isn't really clothing, but I have this Bluestone sun shields I would like to show. So it looks like this. I did take this on the beach trip I mentioned I went to last year, and I found it really helpful in terms of blocking the UV. It looks pretty crazy, but this is kind of the vibe. And they say you don't have to use like sunscreen under this, but of course I'm like a sunscreen freak, so I still put sunscreen on. And when I do put sunscreen on, it's like that double layer of protection when I just click this down and I'm ready to go. Tip number 5, my last and final tip, is I do not recommend using tanning oil. Brands such as Sunbum and Banana Boat, they have some tanning oils, for example, for the beach. And typically their SPF on their bottle says like 5 to like 10 or 15, which is not nearly enough when you're in such direct sunlight. Usually people use tanning oil when they go to the pool or the beach. And I don't think it's healthy to really force a tan on your skin. I've always just kind of felt they do more harm than good to your skin. I mean, a light tan I think is okay, but if you're using something like this, I think that it could cause a sunburn. I'm not really sure. I just think it's a little safer, let's say if you get a light tan with sunscreen you use. All right, I hope these 5 tips were helpful for you guys for this summer, and I hope that you all have a great summer as well. I feel that it's gonna be a very hot summer, so make sure you stay cool and stay hydrated as well. If I could give a 6th tip, drink water, stay as hydrated as you can. And I really just want all of my followers and subscribers to have healthy skin this summer as well. It's so important. So I was gone for a couple weeks, but I have more content coming. I have an unboxing for a Tatcha product. I got the QVC Today's Special Value, so we're gonna do an unboxing of that, and I want to talk about Tatcha deals a little bit. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.